Nick, welcome to Shadowstar, to this Star Trek Online Starship visual review video, where we will be working in 3 stages, taking a look at the ship's customization options, then the finer detailing and aspects of its design with demo records, and then finally the visual vanity shields that you can have put onto this vessel. Not all of them, but just the ones that I have acquired. If you want a really good look, it's always worth checking out Zeph Films to see if he's covering the ship. Trust me, he's got all the visuals when it comes to the shields. Now then, with this being said, allow me to introduce you, again, to Kmpec's Qo'nos 1, a heavily armoured and reinforced vor'cha class, the legendary vor'cha. Please bear in mind that if you wish to use this skin visual, you do need to have the legendary vor'cha class to acquire it. And with this being said, I'm Ri'shad. Shall we begin? So here in her beauty we have the Qo'nos 1, showing off her full detailing quite nicely. We also have possible templates for her, the Kmpec, which gives you a beautiful D7 aesthetic. If you want to have that look on the vessel, to have a very classic feel, my word, can you get there nicely. And better than that, you can get there very nicely. So that's just something to keep in mind. We also have the Tokat, which is, quite frankly, one I will very happily give a miss to. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that one. The vor'cha, of course, with the vor'cha beta, as many will recognise from TNG. And the vor'cha, one of my personal favourites, definitely the one I like to kit bash into my personal variant of this ship. And the vor'cha. I know some people like this one. Me. Well, okay, there's tiny elements of this vessel I like, but certainly I prefer the vor'cha, the vor'cha, and well, I am now kit bashing the vor'cha and the Qo'nos 1. We also have alternate bridges available. No special bridge for this vessel, however, there are all the past Klingon options set there ready to jump onto the vessel should you wish for it. Hell, apparently you can have an astrometrics on the bridge. Yeah, that's a little bit of fun. Kinda wish I had that one now. It's one of the Nevar bridges. I need to get this one. What the hell? We have the Type 1 through to 3 for window elements. The Ktinga type, which looks very nice on this ship to be fair. And the Fleet, just in case you're into that. My personal favourite though, I'm sorry, has to be the Type 1. Just suits the ship better. Glad to see we're not seeing any escape pods on this vessel though, because if I was starting to see that, I'd have been having a field day. Klingons don't have escape pods. Now, we also have what is available options to this ship: the Barrel Fleet Hull, well, the Barrel Hull, sorry, which looks alright on the ship. Let's give it that. The Fleet Hull, the thing that I call the Barrel Fleet Hull. I don't know why I call it that, but I do. It's Fleet 2. Ktinga Alpha, which is nice. You can sort of see the greening elements to it. It's pretty nice. Ktinga Beta, which is my personal favourite, one that I like to put on the ship to get the my feel of the ship. I like the grey look. What can I say? Mirror, which I will very quickly miss on. Not sure where they got this aesthetic from, because I'm pretty sure we don't see an aesthetic like this in the mirror, in any mirror Klingon ship, but okay. TOS D7, as I kind of just hinted at, that looks absolutely great on this ship. A little bit too smooth though in my personal opinion, which is why I do prefer the Beta, which looks more rugged and beaten and more fitting with a Klingon vessel. I'll skip over all these because there's not really that much to be shown here. 3 is somewhat nice, and 4 is definitely a nice black aesthetic for those that like the black hole. We have Upgrade. We can give that one a miss. I mean, look at those nacelle headers. Veteran, which looks okay. I'll give it a little bit of a go at. the Rodaval Beta, which is the actual hull type of the Qo'nos 1, and personally the best looking of the grey hulls. Really feels Klingon with how beaten and worn and rugged it is. The vor'cha, of course, we're going to have that. I think that looks great on this ship anyway. And of course the Rodaval that we got with the Klingon support carrier. It's a very nice looking ship, let's be fair. You can modify the hull, the saucer, the nacelles, the mission pod, and the neck. But apparently the fleet logo too. That's interesting. Mission pod, for those that are wondering what element that's really changing, it's up here. It's a huge element on the back of the ship. So you can essentially take it as the hull is changing the whole the whole back section of the ship, that's sort of the triangle area. The neck is obviously that bit between the back of the hull, heading forwards. Some of these parts don't really fit on too well together, I will note for that. But I can give you one little nice bit. Don't forget that we also have Kmpec pieces that can be added to the vessel, which are a variant on the D7 touch. And also, most of these parts blend well, unlike with the last ship I just did a review on visually. Almost all these parts will blend together well and touch up very well. It's nice to note, and I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. Okay, so let's get a little bit cracking at Render Scale 2 here in Demo Record. And I've got to say, there is a lot on this ship to pull up. I mean, do I want to start with the nacelles, the hull, the neck, a lot now for the keen eye? People have noticed that there's actually a lot of changes, which I have to admit I wasn't very keen-eyed when I first saw the ship. When I first saw the ship, I thought the only change was the head of the ship. That was the only real change, in my opinion, and I was like, that's disappointing. Yeah, I'm going to bite it. Well, let's start off with the gold trimming, which is actually quite interesting to point out here that it's overhangs. But no, the gold trimming is quite nicely done on this ship. Trying to get the angle right is difficult. As you can see that they've taken the vor'cha skin and they've taken the gold trim and they basically created the model of it and then sort of just stuck it on top. That in itself would seem disappointing, especially the way you can see it sort of blending there into the mission pod hull. And I'm not going to lie, that does disappoint me, the fact that this is their approach to it. But at the same time, I do want to note that thanks to it just being placed on top and in a couple of areas not blending too well, as we can see just here, despite some of the areas where it doesn't blend too well, it actually looks a lot better because it is a structure that they've then pasted on top. Here it's been pasted in a way where it's almost level with the first rays, and that is just looks great there to me. Around the mission pod itself, it looks good, looks pretty to me. I like the way they've attached it on there. For the most part, it looks really good on the ship, and it just doesn't really break away from the style. In fact, it makes it feel very high class for Klingon ships, very high class for a Klingon vessel, and the sort of thing you'd expect to be flown by the High Chancellor or the leaders of, well, leaders of the houses that stand on the council. And right throughout the ship, it looks really good. It's just the little niggly parts, and they did it on the Repulse class, the Legendary Excelsior. I'm not surprised to see it here. This is very obviously an oversight, but it's a forgivable oversight because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to see that. I've only just been able to see that, and as you can see, it's coming from going in close. It's not actually normally there. So gold trimmings around, which look nice wherever you see it. This bit on the mission pod looks really nice to me. It's a nice little signature, actually. it just looks good to me. I appreciate it because it looks good. It doesn't feel like it's out of place. And it gives the high-class Klingon feel to the vessel. I wonder if it's made of latinum. Off of that, oh, hang on now. Just in case there is some. There is a little bit underneath. Look at that. Doesn't it look nice? Blinky, blinky. Away from that, let's talk about the bit with the most change, because there's a lot we can talk about here. Even without going to weapons, we've got a lot to talk about here. First of all, we've got a paired deflector system, which is the first thing I want to bring up. It's a bit strange because you've got the deflector here that's behind what I believe is, well, I'm going to call it the command deck, but I'm not sure what it is because I've never really been sure on the vor'cha if the bridge is there or the bridge is there. Either way though, it is interesting to see a deflector there and then to have this secondary deflector down here. I say secondary deflector, they're both deflector systems that are the primary deflectors of the ship. And they look really good, they're styled really well, and they feel in fitting with the ship's design. And better still, they haven't just tacked them on, given the glowing elements here. They've added the lighting across, and the lighting really pops, especially if you're in a dark area of space. This lighting pops beautifully, really gives some life to the ship. Now, you've also got minor extensions, I think they're extensions on the fork of the head here, with these two plates equipped on either side that appear to have a level of disruptor emitter attached to them. I say a level because I'm not sure if that's a strip or a high output heavy emitter or what they make of it. Because this is a vor'cha class, I hazard to say that they're heavy disruptor emitters, and that would be the main thing that will come to my mind for a vor'cha. As well as I'd expect them to be beams, because it's a vor'cha. You also have, oops, where is it? Oh, I can't find it now. There was a vent that I found on this head of the ship, which looks like it was designed to be able to vent off heat. Now, up here, if you want to call this section of the bridge, I do like this stylistic change. Because instead of just having the normal piece that you would have there, they've added this dome on top of it. This feels like it's been taken from AD7. And having this sort of cylinder dome section, which I do believe is the bridge for this ship, really gives this ship that dynamic strength and appeal to me. It feels like the ship has more importance because it has such a high standing bridge. I know it's like screams, here, hit me right here, but these are the Klingons, they're not scared of this kind of thing. Also, can we just note that there's even some of that gold trim surrounding that, like a fencing? It just looks really good. I love the feel of this, and I just like, it's why this head is what I use for my legendary vor'cha, my personal legendary vor'cha. Now as we head back, there's too much has been changed on this module here. The neck itself hasn't been changed too much other than having the gold trimmings added to it. The whole plate looks very nice. And I do believe they've just touched up a little bits of detailing just to make it feel a little bit smooth, a little bit more Klingon, a little bit closer to canon. Questioning here, that looks like it's got escape pods on it. I doubt they're escape pods. They're probably specialised docking hatches, if I'm honest. Or that's definitely a docking hatch right at the front here. Now as we move towards the back, we have this lovely, very high pitch emitter coming towards the engineering section, and it really wouldn't surprise me if you got some means to eject the back in, please. Some means to eject the warp core. I do believe it's actually this. Oh, I don't know how to show it. This configured piece of metal here, I do believe it's designed to almost drop the warp core down and slide out the back here. Because that would be a good way of purging the warp core from this ship. And you've got the Klingon text on the wing, which really just... I would love to know what that reads, but something tells me that that either reads Klingon Imperial Vessel or like Klingon Defense Force Starship. You got the signature on one side of the wing, so you got text one side, signature the other. It's nice. It just looks good. Come on the upper side, it reverses. The text is on one wing, and the sigil is on the other side. There's this lovely bit of gold metal plating around it, and I'm pretty sure that's actually added onto the secondary hull. I don't think that's normally there. I could be mistaken though. The impulse array looks very nice and creative. I take it back. I think we just figured out where the warp core comes out of. We all know what a Klingon warp core is like. I wouldn't be too surprised if it just fires out the back of that. That would make sense to me. Looking up though, and it's nice to see there's a rear torpedo tube. These impulse engines look very good. The actual structure here, what could be the engineering bay, looks good. Interesting to see torpedo tubes on the back here. Two of them. One might be a probe launcher, but it looks like two torpedo tubes in essence. The structured frame for the mission module is very nice as well. I do like the fact that you've got these pyramid-like lights that stand proud on the ship. I'm not entirely sure what they're for. They might be sensor nodes. Considering it's around the mission module, it wouldn't surprise me too much if they was. Honestly, the mission module in this whole aesthetic looks absolutely beautiful to me, and it is my favourite looking mission module to have on the vessels as well. Come back down around to here, and we get to the nacelles. Now you can see as we come across here, and you've got the wing to the pylon piece. The pylon piece looks very reinforced and enduring in my personal opinion, which is quite nice. I like the fact the Klingon text is there again. The bit of gold trim is nice, and it goes straight into the nacelle. And the nacelle piece is beautiful. The Ri'shad is my favourite part. They've taken their time, well, the warp coils as well, let's be fair. They've taken their time, they've gone to look at the glowing element, they've realised that the way the vor'cha used to look in game was, let's just say, like they were being lazy when they gave us the vor'cha. It wasn't really up to scratch, was it? This is a whole nother level of game. They've really taken their time, taken a lot of time working on the texturing, the glow, and the interchange between the colours, and it really makes it feel far more vibrant, far more powerful. And I just love the fact that they've taken the extra time then to add a red glowing lighting across it. Maybe it goes a little bit too far back down in the nacelle, but it's enough there to really bring the nacelle to life. You've got these nice tubes on it, which gives it more feeling. You can imagine the warp coils are running through there, and you've got the plasma venting of the warp core. Line of sight that looks very good, sort of warp coils line of sight that looks really good for the ship. And towards the back, you've got more vents clearly shown there, and all I can believe is to be purge injectors. You got what also appears to be impulse arrays attached to the back of the coils. But personally, I think these are more vents as well. Just because I know the Klingons would be the type to pull off something crazy like that, but I don't think they're that crazy. Now, since this is a rather difficult ship to find more things to talk about, since it is very close to looking like a standard vor'cha, minus the things I've already mentioned, now we get on to the weapons. And first noting are these tractor beam emitters. Yep, I know I said weapons, but to me tractor beam emitters can count as weapons, and I do like the fact that they stand there very prominent and proud on the ship. A little bit concerned that they look similar to the Federation ones, but I'm just glad that they're noticeable there. Now, as far as weapons go on this ship, this seems limited at first. However, if you keep an eye on the ship and look around it, you will spot where the weapons are. I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a hint. I've centralised them. I've centralised some of them. And I did jokingly call them escape pods on the neck, just to bring people's attention to it. Seen them yet? I know you have. So, on the wings, we have 2 of them. I wish they were lit up, but you can tell these are the weapon emitter points because when you fire the weapons from this ship, this is where you'll see beams coming from. You'll see them coming from these points here. You'll also see them coming from those points in the neck, though specifically just one of them on either side. Moving forwards, and yes, these work as well. You have these beautiful 2 heavy beams that I've talked about beforehand. A lovely torpedo tube looking nice and prominent. I do believe that on these prongs at the front here, what you can see as 3 open heads, I reckon those are the cannons for the vessel. Looking like it's got 2 dual cannons. Well, a pair of dual cannons and then heavy cannons at the very nibs at the front. Nibs at the front. God, it sounds like I'm saying a perverted word there. I'm so sorry. As we go around the ship, you will spot some more. Oops, we got the torpedo tubes and we got little points on the ship that look to me like small emitters, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just these little points here. Oh, have I got them centralized for you? I hope I have. These little points here, I feel like they might be beam emitters too, but I'm not 100%. It does feel like the rear of the ship is less heavily armed than the front arc. However, if we come up onto this upper bit with the mission module, you will see at least 2. Ooh! 2 on the mission module itself. This is why I feel like those on the wings are also possible emitter points, just because 2 in the mission module, and that's it for the rear. Seems a little bit lightly armoured for what is supposed to be a ship designed by one of the most prestigious warriors of the Klingon Empire. Now, I want to say more about the mission module, but it's very difficult to say more, considering we've sort of covered this ship before, and so until I recover the vor'cha class, it'll just be repeating myself over. I do like the fact that they've improved the whole plating. I love the fact that the whole mission module itself is the most dynamic area, and this is why it's my favourite centerpiece of the ship. So let's get on from having just a fixation on the ship, and we can go and take a look at, well, how the ship looks with the different vanity shields. Shall we? Okay, time to get to the vanity shields. And I'm throwing myself off big time. So that's a nice thing. Not... Look at the mess in my inventory. First up, we have the Alliance vanity shield. Holy moly, I was not expecting that. Well, it's a look. That 100% confirms that those were torpedo tubes at the front there. Of course, we already knew there were torpedo tubes. Intriguing to see that the trim stays in place. Stays there nice and gold as well. So, anything you have in the Qo'nos one that has the special trim in place will remain. Looking quite good. I am happy to see that. Of course it will remain, what am I saying? But it hasn't been affected in its coloration, so it definitely has its own unique texture. Now normally the texture on these ships work in 3 parts. So you'd have your, excluding your warp coils, your impulsor A and your basards, and your deflector, you also have your hull texture 1, 2 and 3. In this case there seems to be a 4th one for those gold trims. Next up, Bayul, my personal favourite. Bayul vanity shield. This looks absolutely great on this ship. Just look how those extra areas pop. The Bayul vanity shield really brings out the more in-depth detailing on this vessel. Suits it so well. It's just going to stay as my favourite, I swear. Next up we have the Borg, or the Borg Cooperative vanity shield, should I say. This one doesn't pop so much, and as you can see the red becomes back in force on this one. My only problem is the red feels very out of place. The impulse array looks quite nice. I will say the warp coils and the actual sort of elements that look like it's cybernetic do look quite good. A bit confused as to why there's a circle in there now, but okay. Circle in the facade, the warp coil, sorry, I mean. And deflector. Awkward, it's doing that, hello, hello. It's doing the thing that, I believe it's Counter Command does, the one that I don't tend to like so much. Yay! Discovery Vanity Shield. Now, if we were talking the Klingon one, this would be a different aesthetic. So if you're a Klingon warrior, you'll have the aesthetic on this ship that matches the sarcophagus dreadnought. So try imagining how that would look on the ship. Pretty tough, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to get a Klingon with more of these vanity shields, aren't I? So I can show them off better. Maybe one day I'll do a vanity shield update. Like I said, Zeph Films covers this better than I can. Next up we have, yoink, the Emperor's Vanity Shield. Now this one really suits the ship. The coloration textures feel like something out of the Klingon Empire anyway, so it suits it really well and looks absolutely stunning. It feels ferocious and it feels aggressive. Again, the extra gold trimming really pops with this hull. I do apologise if you can hear their workers outside. Feklari Vanity Shield time. This one, yeah, I like the red glow because it works with the red facades and that. But at the same time, it's just me, or does it feel like it's overkill? Maybe, possibly, perhaps. Certain elements though, yeah, certainly look absolutely great. It's a shame there isn't a full texture affecting the gold right now, because the gold just seems way too clean against the rusty and beaten plates that is the Feklari textures. It's like they've got a really beaten up ship, someone's bought a really beaten up ship, and instead of actually giving it a new coat of paint and fixing up the bodywork, now they just slap some tack on it, get some bling bling and gone, yay, it's nice! Oh, did I just say bling bling? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, shoot me later. Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield, another one which I do believe has a different aesthetic for the Klingons themselves. Probably it would be a saving grace, because this looks terrible. The facades look really. Something doesn't quite look right with the facades, do they? Well, at least the washout hull doesn't feel as washed out as it normally does, thanks to all the different layers and plates to the Qo'nos one, even if it's not perfect. Medical Vanity Shield time. I just accidentally hit the cloak. Whoops! Let's decloak. It looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Torpedo tube's looking nice and interesting, even with the black around it. There's untextured space, nice. Could you imagine this being the ambulance coming to your rescue?
Wow, 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 you're going to burn.
Oh god, that would be Klingon aesthetic, wouldn't it? You've done well, warrior. You may now die. I want to live. No, you may now die. Don't get saved by a Klingon medic. Oh, I do apologise. I know some people don't like my voices. Nervous twitching. That's section 31 Vanity Shield, which really feels broken. because the facades are not glowing, yet you've still got the red glow. What the? Okay. I will give credit though, the colours on the deflectors look quite nice. And the trim pops really well again with this whole plane. For some reason, having a black hull just works extremely well against the Qo'nos 1 special textures. I like it. I like it a lot. To the Aegis, now if you were Klingon, these would be red. Or allied to the Klingons, it would be red. But with the Federation, they go blue! They go blue! First time I get to see this. It's looking pretty nice. I've got to lie, the facades look really meaty. Like they're a bit more aggressive than... Oh! Oh, okay. I mean, I know some people love the Tron feel, but this does not feel right. Maybe it would feel better if I was using a black hole. Or a silver hole. But not this one. Next up we have the assimilated regenerative shields. The bull rep. Which again looks pretty nice. Might want to change the red paint to green just to fit in a bit better with it. Or black. Well, to be fair, red against green isn't always that bad. It's a shame about the red glowing elements though. It doesn't feel quite so fitting. Let's add the rest in there. Though not competitive. Why would I want competitive? Now then, ooh. Well, yes, that does feel a bit mean at the front of the ship, doesn't it? We're going to beat our array itself around, and that looks really good on the impulse. That feels like it properly belongs. Oh no, yeah, there's a little bit of texture in there. It doesn't quite attach. If I hadn't noticed that. If I hadn't noticed that, to me this looked like it literally was meant to be there. Looks great. I absolutely love it. Where is the... Oh my word, is the ship really that big? They shrunk it down a bit too small. They put it on the lower half of the nacelle, but it's so damn small you can barely see it's even there. Just behind the Bazaar Collector. Come. I say that every single time my phone goes off. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry, I thought that might be my partner. Next up, Bajoran Defense Covariant Shields. Which... I think the Klingons will be a little bit offended at me right now. Or maybe they consider this kind of peachy pink a warrior's colour. You never know. Wolfhound prunes used to be what warriors drink. To be fair, pink used to be the colour that represent power, so yeah, it works. Counter Command Covariant Shield Array. Not the one I was thinking of. Actually looks really good. Ooh. Oh, could you imagine that with a disruptor build on it? Well, this feels really nice. Get me some proper disruptors on this one. Proper green disruptors, or maybe some blue coalition disruptors. Look absolutely stunning. Oh, Typhoon build. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this looks really nice to me. I like the look a lot. Presently, that's my favourite look. Delta Alliance Unimatrix. Well, part of this should actually be very fitting, shouldn't it? Let's see. Let's see. What? Oi, there we go. Oh. Well, the reason I said this was going to be somewhat fitting is because it has that gold trim to what was already sort of a very similar hull plate to the Rodaval beta hull. And that goldish bronzy trim fitted in very well with the trim of the Qo'nos one. As you can see, it's very similar in coloration. Too bad about the Bazaar collectors, huh? Damn it! They could have please have updated it. At least they got that final Excel sheet, but oh, they really needed to update it. Oh my god, the impulse engines. Seriously, what is going on with this green glow? It just looks horrible to me. It looks like to me, it looks like the Bazaars have fouled halfway through the shielding. Like half the shielding has gotten infected and it's going to fall off. Wow, that's very offensive. I'm so sorry. Let's save the ship a little bit. Solonay time. The Dyson shields. Wow, the red just got pinker. It's now very cherry red, isn't it? And this whole look looks very nice. Ooh. Again, one that I'm keen on. The red, it's a very cherry red / almost pink to the Bazaars and the warp coils right now, and the impulse array. I'm not gonna lie, I like the touch. I think it looks really good. It fits very well with the white and purple, and the yellow deflectors are just also amazing. At least I didn't say Lelo that time. Hey, I can English. Iconian resistance time. Holy fudge monger. Wow. I said the mirror one looked a bit out of place and broken and just not right. Wow. I underestimated how bad it could actually be. This is the worst. The worst looking shield on this ship. Normally the circles are obviously going to make it not really that fitting, but the Bayour one has circles on it and doesn't look this bad. This is terrible. Goodbye, Arconian. I think even the trash is going to look better than you. Oh, I'm being offensive. I'm so sorry. Lucari, restoration time. I'm never offensive. Ooh, the gold pops. Gold pops big. Hello. Massive bit of glow on the top of the dome, making it a glowy dome.
It's a glow dome.
Oh, and we've even got a little glow trim underneath from the forward head of the ship as well. Isn't that nice? Not gonna lie, it actually looks... Impulse ray looks really nice. Yeah, this looks quite nice. I'm actually really keen on it. I do like the fact that the glowing element, although it's you trying to glow yellow and that's been changed to blue, the way it's reflecting off the hull and the fact that you do know this hull is a sort of temporal-ish hull, it feels right to me. It feels right. I say temporal-ish. The Lucari ships have always given me a temporal feel to them. Next up, Mako. Now I expect this to look good, even if the golds don't really match. I'm just kind of keen on that element, but oh, the Bazaars. The Bazaars have got the same issue as the Bazaars are pulsing. Okay, well that's different. Still half want to state the same thing as with the other, I think it's Delta Alliance. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the fact that they're pulsing, which is different, but yeah, it's not much better than the whoops. Yeah, Delta Alliance ones. So let's go to Nakura, the Folians. If this doesn't look good, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Up to now, the Counter Command has been my favourite. Folians, you should be able to snatch this, because normally I've got a soft spot for you in a bias. Biased is true. Biased is very true. Except for the red glowing elements, that kind of breaks it. It's a shame the blue isn't red. If the blue is red, it wouldn't break it that much. I mean, I'm still biased, and I do really like the way the whole plate looks. I like the copper impulse engines, the warp coils. They all look absolutely amazing. It's just the facades. Just the facades making me go, ah. The glowing red around you, you gotta look at the colour right. For some reason, the yellow with the blue deflectors doesn't bother me. It's just the facades red and blue. I'm weird. There you go, I said it for you. Competitive time, in my case, prevailing. I hate how when you use the prevailing shield in the Dyson sphere, it gets broken. Now it looks alright, I will give it credit, it does look pretty nice. I mean, I'm not keen on the colour of the back plates near the rear of the ship. But yeah, it does look pretty nice. We'll give it credit there. Romulan Advanced Prototype. Don't be confused with the Riemann. This would have been better if I was using a more grey or green hull. Sort of blending with it, really. Get a bit of Tron going on here. Well, it does look nice-ish. The green plates aren't too off place, or too out of place, should I say. So it does look nice, I'll give it credit. Well, I can. Next up, we have the Temporal. Temporal Defense. Okay, right, this is either going to be really good or really bad. Let's go for it. Well, I'm wrong. Definitely wrong. Boom! When I got to the back of the ship, it's bad. I was saying wrong at first there because to me it wasn't what I was expecting. It wasn't what I would call really good, but it wasn't what I would have called really bad. Oof, spotting more of it now. Started off feeling good to me. The whole top section of the ship feels really good to me. It's just the underside. I'm sorry. So yeah, it ended up being 50-50 on the, I like half of it, but I don't like the other half. Wow, I was wrong! Terran Task Force! Ooh, this better look good. No, you're not allowed to look bad. Oh, the blue bits make it look bad. Well, some of you probably disagree with me on that one. I don't blame you, because the nacelles look great. Just the random blue striping. Random blue light striping that's in odd areas of the ship just doesn't feel right to me. And yeah, it's only on the neck. If it wasn't on the neck, took it away from the neck, I'd have liked it. Just because it's on the neck and it doesn't feel right on the neck. If that makes sense. Okay, trash can, dielectric oscillating, aka the Breen. I'm actually gonna look at this one because I want to see. If it actually feels better. You know, I don't know if I would say better, but at least it's more appealing than the Iconian one. Definitely more appealing. I would, if I was told that I had to fly either the Iconian or the Breen, I would choose the Breen. Since everyone who has watched my videos for long enough knows exactly how I feel about the Breen shields. After all, I do refer to it as the trash can, or the trash shield visuals. You know just how bad I think of the Iconian on this ship now. I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry. Jem'Hadar, bring him back with one of the most beautiful ones. I've never really found a ship that I don't like this on. Once again, I don't dislike it. Oh, the red's throwing off though. Get rid of the red! What they should have done is to set it up so that lighting could change colour to whatever texture is, whatever colour has been set for the facades. So if the facade's been set to be this purple, the lighting should be set to be purple too. Same for the deflector, that's set to be a purple and green, so that should have been switched to purple. But yeah, maybe... I'm talking about it like that's something that's easy to program, but it's probably not as easy to program as I'm saying it is. I will say though, this looks really nice, and ignoring the purple light, that red lighting, sorry. Yeah, I really like the way this looks. I like the fact that the deflectors have a yellow-purple hue to them, because the yellow is so intense on top of them. Finally, the Marmite shields, as I like to refer to them, the Riemann Advanced Prototype. You either love it or you hate it. Most people will either love it on all ships, or hate it on all ships. And then there's people like me, who love it on half the ships and hate it on half the ships. But there's never just a like, and what's going on within the cells? I mean the facades. I mean... yeah. What? Also, has that gold been changed to purple? No, no, it's just reflecting the light. There's huge spots on this ship with zero texture, including these backplates. Why are they totally black? What? That is... you can't tell me that's got a texture on it, because that is black. Just flat black. No texture is there because it has nothing to define it. Cryptic, why have you not been able to fix these empty zones yet? You've had this since I've been playing this game. This Vanity Shield has been in the game, and they have yet to fix this texture issue. And it's all over the... oh, take a guess which one I am. Yeah, get off the ship, please. Wow. Could have been nice. No. Wow. No. No. Oh. One of my friends keeps logging in and out. Oof. Overall, guys, this is the best looking version of the ship. Bringing its natural aesthetic, and it just looks damn beautiful. I will admit, there was a few vanity shields there that I thought was quite nice. But some of the ones... this is one of those ships where some of the ones that I normally tend to lean towards think, okay, they've been... the ones that I tend to really like, only a few have actually been, oh, nice. Like the Bayal. Most of them have been in a, it's okay. And unfortunately, this time around, even some of the ones that I normally go, I was like, they've been more towards the end of, oh my god, no. And when I have to describe things like that, I'm now in shock and awe, so let's bring this to an end, shall we? Guys, thank you for watching to the very end of this video and taking the time out of your day to do so. I really do appreciate it, and I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are on this ship's design. So throw up in the comments section, let me know exactly what you think. And can I also say a huge thank you to the people currently credited on the screen, left and right of the screen, for their absolutely unbelievable generosity and support of this channel. This channel wouldn't still be here without them right now, and it's their support goes towards getting, well, the equipment I have up now, upgrading the equipment towards the semi-professional and professional level, and being able to purchase these ships to do the reviews with. So guys, I simply couldn't do it without you. Thank you. If you do wish to join them, then the links are in the description. There is also links down there for our social medias, being Twitter, Discord, and, well, you can catch our live streams over on Twitch. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and found it insightful in some way, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care, people, and remember, fight with honor. Kapla. Ciao for now, my friends. Hey, you let the targ out!